Hi guys, happy April and welcome to my April TBR video. Today I am just going to do a little chat through the books that I intend to read this month. I know for a fact that I will not read them all this month, but I am being hopeful. I have a week off at the end of April because I bring our new puppy home, so I'm on puppy duties for a week. So I'm hoping to get some reading done then. So yeah, I'm just going to dive straight in. I'd be super grateful if you could subscribe to my page, like this video, and just generally support me as I'm quite new to BookTube. So yeah, for the month of April, I am partaking in some different readathons. I have found quite a few over Bookstagram which look amazing, so I'm going to try and read books for all of them. As I said, I know for a fact I will not complete them. But first up, I am partaking in Charlotte's Fall Into Fiction, who I will tag below. She is hosting a Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom readathon. With the new Shadow and Bone series coming out on the 23rd of April in the UK on Netflix, she has decided to host this little readathon to get us all involved with understanding who the Six of Crow characters are. Some people are doing it as a reread, I'm doing it as a first time read, and I am super excited to delve into the world of the Crow family. I have read the Shadow and Bone series. I enjoyed the first couple of books. I felt the third book kind of let it down a little bit. I wasn't happy with the ending of it, but you're never going to make everyone happy. My reviews are over on my Bookstagram if you guys are interested. So yeah, my first book of the month that I'm reading is Six of Crows. This is a Leah Bardugo book. I've got shiny foil, so it's a bit difficult to read in the light. I have already started this. I'm struggling with it from what I've read so far, but I think I just have to get my head around the characters and the different magic system. It's still quite new to me, even from reading the Shadow and Bone series. I struggled with what each individual could do. So this is really good because they're all very different characters. I'm still meeting them all, but I'm excited to learn more about the Crow family, as I've heard only amazing things. So along with Six of Crows, I will be reading Crooked Kingdom this month. So I'm really excited, as I said, to meet the Crow family, figure out what's going to go on here, and yeah, I'm hoping to read them both before the Netflix series comes out. It's my understanding that they make appearances in the Shadow and Bone TV series, so I'm really looking forward to these two books. So yeah, on top of the Six of Crows readathon, I am also partaking in a French challenge hosted by Katie Hazel Books, and also a Grey's Anatomy readathon hosted by Read by Daisy and Feeling Bookish. I will tag them all below. If you guys follow me on Bookstagram, you will be able to check out my reels. A couple of days ago I posted one which shows my readathon flip through pages from my bullet journal. So please feel free to head over there and check out the spreads I have done for my readathons. I am also currently reading Voyager. If you guys have watched my previous March wrap-up video, you will see that I had started this in March. I am still reading it. It is a massive book and I'm only this far into it, so it's going to take me a while to make my way through this. Trigger warnings for these books. The entire Outlander series deals with some very serious topics, so please do research or reach out to me before you pick them up if you find anything specific triggering. So along with finishing Voyager this month, I do hope to read number 4 in the series, which is Drums of Autumn. I have watched the TV series, so I do know what happens, but I believe the books are slightly different. So I'm intrigued to keep going with the Jamie and Claire family and to find out what happens to them. So I'm really excited to be reading those ones. On top of that, I will be reading a whole bunch of other fantasy books as well. I have Girls of Paper and Fire. I picked this one up after Amy, who I will tag, absolutely raved about it on her Bookstagram. If you guys haven't met Amy, you really need to go and follow her. I will tag her YouTube page and her Twitter and her Bookstagram. She is lovely and also does amazing recommendations for fantasy books and diverse books as well. So she is my go-to when I need to pick me up for a book recommendation. And yeah, I think I will absolutely love this book. Amy has warned me that I will probably finish this one and want to read number 2, which I don't own and I don't intend to buy at the moment because my TBR is off the scales. So yeah, I'm absolutely raving to jump into this one and to find out more about the characters in this. I will also be reading To Kill a Kingdom. This is a standalone fantasy book from my understanding. It was on my TBR for February, but unfortunately I never got around to reading it. If you guys have followed on me on Bookstagram, you will be aware that I hosted a readathon in February for Fantasy February and had picked a lot of fantasy books, and I think by the end of the month I was overwhelmed with fantasy. Despite all that, I still read fantasy and still it is my go-to. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into the world of sirens in this book, which will be very different to me as I've not read anything about them before. So yeah, as per all my other books, I am super excited to be reading this one. One of the prompts for one of the readathons I am involved in is to reread a favourite and to read a guilty pleasure book. So I've combined the prompts and I will be rereading A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I'm fully aware of the problems with these books, the lack of diversity and representation. It is a guilty pleasure for me. I appreciate that not everyone likes these books, and as much as I rave about them, I would never force someone to read it unless they were actually interested to do it. But I'm really looking forward to jumping back into this series. I mean, I read them inside and out and I know them so well now, but I do have A Court of Silver Flames to read, which I'm holding off, and I've avoided spoilers, so I might read these ones again before picking that book up. So yep, I'm looking forward to doing a reread of A Court of Mist and Fury. I also have a couple of more fantasy books which I intend to read. One of them is One Dark Throne by Kendare Blake. This one is picked for a prompt which is about siblings. This follows 3 sisters. It's the second in a series, and I read the first one last year. I don't really remember how it finished, but I have the rest of the series on my shelf, so I'm going to start making my way through them and actually try to complete series this year rather than just constantly starting new series and never finishing them. So I'm looking forward to this one. I also have a couple more fantasy books. I intend to read Lore. This one I have been interested in reading since I saw that it was the Fairylit book in January, I believe. Again, Amy has raved about this one. I've seen it all over Bookstagram, and I'm super excited to dive into the world of Greek mythology again. I absolutely love them. I've just received the Percy Jackson books, the first 5 of his series, because I love Greek mythology, despite not really knowing a lot about it. I think it's a fantastic world to read, and I think some of these books can be amazing. So I'm really, really looking forward to this one. As well as that, guys, I am also going to be reading, potentially, From Blood and Ash. This was a total purchase because Hannah absolutely raves about it. I will tag her down below as well. Again, like Amy, Hannah has some fantastic recommendations. She is a co-host of Rainbow Readers Club, who I recently started to follow on Bookstagram and get involved in their monthly reads. And she also has her own YouTube video as well, which I will tag below. She's got some fantastic videos going up, so I would highly recommend following her. But yes, I will be reading From Blood and Ash as well this month. I have heard incredible things. I have the second one ready to go, as I believe I will want to. And my understanding is the third one in the series is out at the end of this month, I think, in the UK. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into a new fantasy world and meet some new characters, which I hope I will love and want to continue reading about. So that's all the sort of fantasy books per se. I am intending to reread Alice in Wonderland as a short little novel. I'm not going to say very much about it. It is my ultimate favourite book ever. It's a proper classic for me. I have 6 different copies of Alice in Wonderland in various editions. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing to be reading this again and diving down the rabbit hole. Mentioning the Rainbow Readers book club over on Bookstagram, their pick for April is Loveless by Alice Osman, so I will be reading this. I believe this is following asexual representation, which I haven't come across before, so I'm really interested to read this and learn a bit more about it. So if you guys don't follow Rainbow Readers Club over on Bookstagram, I would highly recommend you do. It's a great way to diversify your shelf and to be introduced to new books that you necessarily wouldn't pick up before. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I haven't read an Alice Osman book. I haven't got on any of the graphic novels, Heartstopper. I haven't read any of them. So I'm hoping to absolutely love her work in order to be able to read more of her work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that one. Another recommendation by Hannah, which is part of the reason I purchased it, is the Foxhole Court. So I'm super excited to read that. I think this is a trigger warning notification needed for this book as well. But I have seen Hannah read this and Jordan read this, and they both absolutely love it. So I'm really super excited to meet these characters and to find out a bit more about it. I haven't read the blurb. I don't tend to read blurbs on very many books at the moment. I just kind of go on recommendations from people. So I am super excited to dive into this one as well. A couple of non-fantasy books which I will be reading this month are The Truants by Katie Weinberg. I've had this on my TBR since about April last year, so I'm super excited to finally pick it up after postponing it for so long, and to hopefully really enjoy it. I don't know very much about it. I think it's it's to do with friends and a dark past or something. Again, haven't read the blurb, so yeah, looking forward to reading that one. And 2 more books I have to hand, plus a couple of Kindle books. I will be reading The Lost Hours by Susan Lewis. I was very kindly gifted this one through Random Things Tours. I will put their Twitter page below. They organise book blog tours, which I am part of, and this is a book that I have picked for this month. So thank you very much to the author, the publisher, and to Anne at Random Things Tours for gifting me this. I am on the blog tour for the 6th of April, so I will be posting my review on Tuesday coming, which I'm really super excited to do. So yeah, watch out for that coming regarding this book, which was published on the 1st of April in hardback. And last but not least, on the physical copy books, I am reading a non-fiction this month, and I will be reading Haben, the deafblind woman who conquered Harvard Law. I managed to find this book after some research. Following on Liv from Liv's Little Library, who I will also tag, she had created a challenge for 2021 to help diversify your shelf, and one of them was to read a book by a disabled author. Now, it can be difficult to find them on the basis that some authors maybe you're not aware if they have a disability or not, but I found this one through some research, and as a student of law in Scotland, as a practicing trainee solicitor in Scotland, I'm very interested in the law in other countries as well, so I think this one will definitely be an interesting read, and I'm super excited to find out more about Haben and her life and how she conquered Harvard Law. So I think that'll be a super fantastic read. So yeah, that's my non-fiction for this month. Along with all those books, I do have a couple of other NetGalley books, which I'm planning on reading. I don't have them to hand, but I will pop a picture up. I will be reading Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas. I will also be reading When I Was 10 by Fiona Cummings, I believe. And I am hoping to read Adrienne by Jennifer Saint. I think I have that correct. So yeah, there are 3 more Kindle books that I will be reading, so I will have a total of 19 books for April, which is a little scary considering I'm at 28 for the year. Not sure we're going to manage it, But I have decided this month to pick books that I am trying to read off my shelf. They're not all brand new. But I've also said to myself, if I don't do it, I don't do it. It's not the end of the world. I can carry the challenges over into May. So yeah, I'm really super excited to read all these books. So guys, these are all the books I plan on reading this month. I am really struggling to hold them all up. I'm most likely about to drop them, so I am just going to shoot off and pop them down. But please feel free to drop a comment below with what you're planning on reading this month. And I would be, as I said at the beginning, I'd be so grateful if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye!